Hi, I'm Najee Brown, Artistic Director of the Multicultural Arts Center, and I'm here to share something very important with you today. Accessibility isn't an add-on. It's a core part of how we build community. This video is a glimpse of how we are working together to make sure everyone feels seen, welcome, and included here.
So this project has been a long time coming and has been really urgent for as long as we've had folks with various accessibility needs working in our space. I think right now, the reason that we came to it was really because we had the capacity on staff to put in a really compelling and strong application with a couple of funders who are able to underwrite the project. That's Mass Cultural Council and the Cambridge Redevelopment Authority. And with their support and their guidance in the feasibility study and in some technical support from the Mass Cultural Council, we were able to just really fully bring our staff on board to create a scope of a project that we could achieve. And it also came from our constituency, right? They were advocating for this project to us directly, and they told us of the value of it, and then they informed the project. And so these are the artists that we've worked with for years, and we wanted to be able to serve them with the needs that they have.
I think this project is not only important for the Multicultural Arts Center right now, but it's also important for the community at large and also the world. I believe that right now we are living times where we are more separated than ever. We are in conflict with one another, and we are not seeing eye to eye in most things. And I think in times like that, artists and the arts play such a pivotal role in bringing people together and having spaces that are more welcoming and more accessible to all brings people together, and it gives opening for people to understand the world in a different maybe light than they would if they hadn't seen that piece of art, or if they weren't seeing things from the lens of that particular artist. We are all people that are unique. We all have our differences, but we also have many similarities that if we can showcase them in a beautiful space where everybody feels like they can contribute and be seen and heard and understood, I think that that's a huge part of bringing some consensus around some differences that we're feeling. So I think this is a very timely project, and I also believe at a time where marginalized identities are being attacked, to make people of different abilities feel like they are being invested in and heard for their needs is paramount.
So the current limitations of the Backstage area have presented some accessibility issues for us. One thing that is notable is that there is no restroom at the theater level on the Backstage. So our artists have to either climb up or down the stairs to access a restroom, which can either be physically taxing or almost impossible, or just straight up impossible to access a restroom. So having a theater level restroom in the Backstage area is definitely going to be a huge improvement in terms of accessibility for our artists and our dancers. And apart from the restroom, we are also particularly excited about the network capabilities that are going to be implemented into all the rooms of the Multicultural Arts Center performing space. So that way we can better develop accessible and strategic plans for running tech and running the show. And it'll also eliminate the need for folks to run up and down the stairs to relay communications.
So some of the best features of the space are also the most difficult, or make it the most difficult to work with. You know, the architecture that's already here that gives the room the really unique character is also the kind of thing that doesn't work for every artist that comes in here. And so we do have to do a lot to make the space available for the different kinds of events and performances that we have. And this project is going to open a lot of that up. and remove a bunch of the limitations that we have to put on people. One of the hardest things for me to do is to have conversations with the artists and tell them that we love the idea, but that the building just does not accommodate what they want to do. So anything that I can remove those barriers is really exciting for me.
Yeah, so the Multicultural Arts Center, it focuses on elevating stories of people who are from diverse backgrounds to tell their experiences, their lived experiences through their creative art. And sometimes that can be limited by one identity, but we all know that we have intersectional identities. And there's lots of kinds of diversity, whether it's cultural diversity, diversity of access needs, diversity of gender expression, and all of these things that we want to make sure are factored into our mission. Our mission is fostering cultural equity through the visual and performing arts, and we really want to do that across all people's intersectional identities, and making sure that people feel safe and comfortable and have their needs met to do that backstage is going to make their performances that much more impactful, that much more compelling, that much more authentic to who they really are. So that's how this will support our mission.
Thank you for watching. Accessibility is a shared commitment, and it's going to take all of us to walk this journey together. So I'm going to leave you with this question. How are you creating spaces where everyone feels like they belong? Thank you.